the music to that open. All right, it's time now for the big screen. We take a look at the movies coming to theaters and streaming platforms this weekend.
Candace McMillan, the movie guru with Seattle Refined, joins us this morning. Hi, Candace. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Candace.
Okay, so before we get to the reviews of this week, the last couple of weeks we've had 3 positive reviews for all the movies that we've done. I imagine this is not going to be the case this week because of Scream 7.
Did you notice I'm wearing black in mourning?
I did.
Is that
Yes,
what
that was
cued
it.
you?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm mourning the loss of this franchise.
Oh, wow.
Not any positive reviews for this at all.
Not even an iota of a positivity
Wow.
in this review. I'm so sorry to report. This is Black for Mourning. It's undeniably bad. Scream 7, it's like bad, bad, bad. And I'm a sucker for these 90s horror franchises. I'm a fan. I wanted to go in liking this. It has, it had promise. Kevin Williamson, who was the original writer of Scream 1, 2, and 4, stepped in to direct his first Scream movie. Neve Campbell, who sat out of Scream 6, negotiated the pay to her liking, so she returned. Courtney Cox is back. There are a litany of exciting cameos that fans of the original will enjoy. And yet, I don't know how this film could have been any worse, to be honest. It was just, I guess it was, to encapsulate my thoughts, it was just kind of boring. We didn't care about the characters. Campbell returns as her iconic character, Sidney Prescott, who's a mother trying to fade into suburbia obscurity, but she can't because there are always deranged murderers coming after her. She's trying to keep her teenage daughter, Tatum, played by Isabel May, safe. But Isabel, of course, Tatum is trying to connect with her mom and be a teenager. And that's when Ghostface comes back. Stu Macher, one of the original Ghostfaces, played by Matthew Lillard, has a fun cameo. He died, or supposedly died, in 1996 in the film. He's apparently still on the loose. There's some AI play there. I love the kitsch of this, and I love the lore of this franchise and these movies, but man, this just did not hit at all. It's resting on the laurels of Neve Campbell's return, but they're not giving her character anywhere to grow. It was just probably one of the most disappointing films in Scream history.
That is so disappointing, because I'm a fan of those franchises too, and I really liked Scream. Well,
Yep.
okay.
We'll pass on that one.
Well, yes, we will. We'll lay it to rest, I guess. Okay. All right.
See, I can be cruel, Steve.
I know you can. We were just on a tread there for a little while.
We really were, yeah.
That stopped today.
Yeah.
All right, next on the list, Suburban Fury.
Suburban Fury. Yeah, so this came through the Seattle International Film Festival last year, and it's coming now through SIP this weekend with a post-show Q&A with director Robinson DeVore and producer Jason Reed. That's after the screening tonight at 7:30. It's a really eccentric documentary that tells a wild tale of attempted murder, political activism, and espionage, told by the housewife turned radical at its center. This is the story of Sarah Jane Moore, who attempted to assassinate President Gerald Ford in 1975, and it kind of tells her story using her own words. In order to get this film made, they had to agree to only show her and only interview her for this film. So it's something, it's questionable, her story, but she goes on a real wild ride. She was an ally to the political group that kidnapped Patty Hearst in 1974. She was, involved in a lot of the movements sweeping San Francisco during that time. It's a really interesting, fascinating story that sets the history well, that uses its character at the focal point, that's at times funny in her frankness and also weird and coy in her unwillingness to talk about it even all these years later. If you like these kind of complicated issues, this is well handled, and I think this would be a fun Friday night.
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued by that
Me
one.
too. Yeah. You've got me thinking about it for this evening.
Okay, might add that one to the list. Yeah. What did you think about Man on the Run? What's that one about?
We've seen a lot of these musician documentaries this year, I think. We saw the Billy Joel one not too long ago. We've had, I didn't know much about Paul McCartney post-Beatles, and I enjoyed that this is where that film went. So director Morgan Neville takes Paul McCartney's life starting from 1969. So we're not getting into Beatlemania, and we're not going into the early lore of how the Beatles were formed. This is purely about what Paul did post their breakup. And it's told exclusively through archival footages. archival footage. It uses Paul's own words to detail the events of how they created Wings. He was a young guy set adrift by the very public unraveling of his very famous band. So he, his wife Linda, and their growing family moved to the Scottish countryside, where they had lots of free time to, explore their creativity and write music. I didn't realize Linda was in the band Wings. I didn't know much about Wings. So this was a very informative documentary. I thought it used a lot of footage that I don't think people have seen, and kind of explores these people as characters, and shows who they were and shows what McCartney did post success. I thought it was an enjoyable watch. It's on Prime Video, so it's easy to turn on if you're a Beatles fan, or if you're not, if you just like documentaries.
That's what I think is kind of interesting about that one, is the fact that there's so much unseen footage in this that it's kind of, you're obviously getting a different story than you have in the past with what happened post-Beatles, but the new footage kind of adds a different element to it too.
Yep. And it has a lot of their interviews. You don't see their talking heads too. It just shows the footage and overlays the audio. So it's not spending time sitting there with someone sitting in a chair talking, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, that looks really interesting. Candace, I like what you said too. I've been liking some of these movies that have been looking at some of these music icons. We've seen more of those lately, and to me, they're so interesting because I'm learning about people I never would have thought to take a deeper dive into. So,
right.
Yeah.
And we know Paul McCartney. We know the Beatles generally.
Right.
But this is a time of his life that I had no knowledge of.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people talk about what happened post-band breakup.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And all those years too.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Really
all right.
cool.
Yeah.
We'll give that a 2 out of 3. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not bad, but Scream, man, that's a tough bomb.
That's like down here.
That one kind of hurts a little bit. Yeah, that one hurts. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Candace, maybe Scream 8 will be better. Thank you.
God willing.
Oh my gosh, what if?
Have a good weekend.
See you, Candace.